This video will go over how to create territories based on zip code using MapBusinessOnline. So I'm centered around Southern California for this video. So in this case, what I'm going to do is go over to my map and data box, and I'm going to click on my zip 5 codes layer, and that will enable zip codes across the United States. One thing I should probably mention is if this box doesn't initially appear, look to the left hand side and you'll see a single blue arrow, and if you click on it, that'll pull it back out. Now that we have zip codes and our streets enabled, if we want to make this layer transparent so that we can see some of the underlying roads, we can click on the little settings gear next to zip codes to pull up a large box called Manage Map and Data. From here we can change the look and feel of our map, so we can move this transparency bar and slide it way over just so we can see through. We're going to come back here later so we can show demographics per territory, and we're going to click on this labels field in a moment. So if I want to start creating a territory, what I can do now is I can click on a zip code. It highlights it yellow and you'll see a little blue puzzle piece appears. If I click on that, then I can create a new territory, and I'll just call it Territory 1. The data window pops up and it gives me a color box, and I can change the color to anything that I like. And when I'm done, I can close out of my data window. If I ever need to get back to that data window, I look at the top and it's this thing that looks like a calendar next to the car. Now that I have a territory created, I could click, and I could, if I wanted to grab multiple zip codes at once, I could hold down the Shift button on my keyboard and then just start clicking away. And then once I'm done, once I have the area that I want, then I'll click on this blue puzzle piece again, and rather than create new, this time I'm going to add to Territory 1. I can see any areas that I missed, hold down the Shift button and just start clicking away and add those to my existing territory. If I decide I want to make this territory more see-through, I can highlight my territories layer here in Manage Map and Data, and I can make this transparent as well. Now if I wanted to grab a large area of zip codes all at once, I can use my search tools at the top. We have a radius, a polygon, freeform area, as well as a drive time polygon. I use the polygon and the freeform area probably the most, and so I'll just choose polygon for this, and I'll just start clicking away. And then every time I click my mouse, I get to change direction, and then once I'm done, I come back to the beginning. It asks me what type of data I'm looking to search for inside of that shape. In this case, I'm creating a territory based on zip codes, and so I'll just choose Add to my existing territory. I could use my freeform tool if I wanted to. Choose that from the pull down list, and I can just grab this area, query the zip codes, and I'll just call it Territory 2. And I'll just get rid of my shape. Now that I have my territories created, I can use the territory label to start showing information about those territories. And so let's say I want to do population for those territories. I can add up to 5 fields as a territory label, and what I want to do is go to my map and data box, click on the settings gear next to territories, and then this time I'm going to click on labels. From here I'm going to choose format labels, and I'm going to click number 1, and it's looking at my customer list, but that's not the one I'm looking for. This time I'm looking for my demographic data. There's quite a few different demographic fields here, but I'm going to just choose population. Once I click change label, then I now have population totals for my entire zip code. Territory. I can also make population appear at the zip code level as well if that helps me to start balancing out my territories. And to do that, I'm going to go to my zip code layer, click on settings gear. I'm going to click on labels, format label, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to choose auto label, demographics, population. A prefix is a label for a label, and then we click change labels, and now we have population totals per zip code as well. So then I can start to grab some of these zip codes, and if I want to start balancing them out, then I can choose to click my blue puzzle piece, and maybe I add this to territory 2. If I see that something was done in error, I could, or if I want to balance them out, I could click on a zip code, click on the zip code number to highlight it, click on my blue puzzle piece again, and this time remove from territory 1, and this time I will add it to territory 2. That can help you to balance out your territories. If you have any questions, please let us know. Otherwise, have a great day.